Hey guys, I am back with another video, and this time it's going to be a tag video. I was not tagged by anybody because nobody tags me in anything, but that's okay. It's not going to stop me from doing tag videos anyways. So, let's go ahead and get started. I saw Naya Reads and Smiles do this video, and then I was like, ooh, that sounds like a fun tag to do, and it doesn't really require me to pull lots of books off my shelf, so it sounds like fun. So yeah, today I will be doing the rapid fire book tag created by Girl Reading. I will put her link down below. And yeah, so this is basically just a tag of a bunch of questions for book nerds, and you just answer them and you try to answer them like as fast as you can, I guess. I don't know. So anyways, let's get to it. So question number 1 is ebook or physical book? I personally love physical books. I hate reading ebooks. I hate reading on my phone. I hate reading on my tablet. It just like messes with my eyeballs, and I don't like it. Like, because I like to be able to see my progress as I'm reading the book. You know, oh look, I started here and now I'm here, and I just really like that. And I don't really get, and like tracking my page number, I don't get to do that on an ebook with my Amazon account for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know. I really don't like e-readers like at all. Physical book all the way. Question number 2 is hardback or paperback? So I really love hardbacks. I don't know if you can see, but like majority of these books up here, oh well, you can't see up there, but hardback, I got a bunch of hardbacks, and hardbacks, like majority of my bookshelf is hardback. I do have quite a bit of paperbacks. I just love hardbacks because they look so gorgeous on the shelves together, and they're just beautiful. However, I do like paperbacks because I can throw them and not worry about them like being damaged or anything. However, I'm really rough with my paperbacks, like really rough. If you look at some of the spines of my paperbacks, like you can't even read the title anymore, they're so bad. Question 3, online or in-store book shopping? I prefer, God, this is hard. Okay, so like I prefer online shopping, especially if I know what I'm getting, because it's easy. Just go to Amazon, buy it, put it in my cart, and you know, have it delivered to my house. Also, I have Prime shipping, so 2-day free shipping is like the best thing in the world. So I like online shopping, especially if I know what I'm getting. The problem when I go in-store shopping is I look and then I end up with a mountain of books at the checkout line that I probably don't need. So I really like to online shop. It helps lower my buying issues. However, if I do go on Book Outlet, that's another story, because there's a reason I haven't allowed myself to get on that website in like months at this point. Question number 4 is series or trilogies? That depends. I guess I'm gonna have to go with series because it just gives more time for the story to develop and more adventures and more to learn about the characters, and it's just fun to be immersed in those worlds for a lot longer. However, there are some really good trilogies where it's just enough in those 3 books and it wraps everything up nicely, but I like series. I like having more. Question number 5 is heroes or villains. This is tricky. I mean, everybody loves heroes because heroes are great. But I also really like villains. Like, I think that's my favorite thing, is like a really good bad villain. Like, I love it. Like, I really love Sebastian from the Mortal Instruments series. I think he's awesome. Like, I don't know. I really like villains because I guess maybe my soul's black, so I identify with them because they're evil. I don't know. Question number 6 is a book you want everyone to read. Okay, so for this I really want to say Percy Jackson, but it's like a lot of people have read Percy Jackson and a lot of people will probably say Percy Jackson. So I'm going to kind of mix things up here and do a different book. I'm going to choose Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. It is a Peter Pan retelling, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love the writing style. It was so easy to zip through, and I just loved all the characters. And especially if you love Peter Pan like I do, you will absolutely love this book. Like, please, other people read this. Please. Please, 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 please. Question number 7 is recommended underrated book. For this one, I'm going to pick Entwined by Heather Dixon. I really haven't seen other people who read this book. I haven't seen any reviews about it. I read this for a book club pick, and I have to say I absolutely loved it. I went in loving it more than I thought I was going to, and actually my roommate has read this, and we both like absolutely love this book. It is set in a kingdom, and it's based off of the loose tale of the 12 Dancing Princesses, which I know nothing about, just saying. But it takes place in this kingdom, and there used to be magic, but the magic is all dead except for a few magical items within the kingdom. The queen dies, and they're leaving her husband to the king to deal with their 12 children that are all girls. And it's about, they find this hidden room in the castle where this guy lives, and he's like a magician, and it's just crazy, and it's jam-packed full of magic, and I loved it. Like, I absolutely love this book. Like, I'm telling you, read it. It's amazing. Like, it is so good. I can't even, like, explain how much I love this book. Question number 8 is the last book you finished. For this one, it is going to be The Apollo Trials, Book 1, The Hidden Oracle. It's flipping amazing. I just did a book talk over this. I will link it down below for you. It's great. Like, let's just say that. Question number 9 is the last book you bought. So the last book I actually bought should be in the mail here today sometime, but since I don't have it, I'm going to improvise with the previous book I bought, and that book is Atlantis by Brandon Sanderson. This is a fantasy novel in a town that there's this like secret society that used to be like all powerful, and like if you woke up as one of them it was like a huge deal, and suddenly over the last 10 years it has turned into a curse, and now they are locked out, and the prince ends up having this disease and he gets thrown out, and it's about him and them like trying to figure everything out. And I read like the first like 20 pages and it was absolutely amazing from what I've read, and I can't wait to read it. Question number 10 is the weirdest thing you have used as a bookmark. I tend to use my bookmarks. However, there are times that I've lost them, so I'll kind of use whatever I find as a bookmark. I know I've used my phone as a bookmark more than once because I just didn't have anything else, so I guess that's like the weirdest thing I've ever used as a bookmark. Question number 11 is used books, yes or no? And for me, that is a strong yes. I love used books. It just shows that the book has more character and it's been loved by somebody else, and now it's my property. And I just love that. I honestly, a lot of times when I do go book shopping, I do go to half-price books instead of Barnes & Nobles because 1, it's cheaper, and 2, I get more of a variety of what I can choose from. Barnes & Nobles, you know, they house the popular books. They do have other books I've never heard of, but just like going into half-price books, I find I have a chance to find a lot more different variety than I do at Barnes & Nobles. So yes, used books is a yes. Question 12 is top 3 favorite genres. So definitely fantasy. I love any kind of fantasy. It's great. It keeps me entertained and I love it. I guess the second genre I would like to read is dystopian. I always like the end of the world and all that stuff. This stuff's always like really interesting. So dystopian and fantasy. I'm gonna have to go, for my third I'm gonna do mythology. I don't even know if that's actually a genre, but I'm going to make it a genre for this video. I love all mythology books, like obviously Percy Jackson. I talk about it enough on this channel because I absolutely love it, and it's the best series in like the entire world. I've read other books that center around mythology and I just love it. I love the whole gods thing, and it's just, I love it. So definitely mythology. So fantasy, dystopian, and mythology. Question number 13 is borrow or buy. I do not borrow books. I do not like to borrow because I'm just so forgetful. I will forget about the book, and also I have this thing where if I find a quote that I really, really like, I highlight it in a purple highlighter because that's my favorite color in my books and stuff, and I'd rather have a book like my own, because it's like if I end up really loving the book, I don't want to give it back. Like for example, one of my friends in high school lent me the Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, and let me tell you, I absolutely love that book. It was amazing. And I really want my own copy because I just loved it so much, and I still haven't bought it. Question number 14 is character or plot. Well, that's interesting because you need both of them for a story to work, but I guess I'm going to have to go with character because I really do like strong characters, well-developed characters, and I mean, if the characters are super amazing, I can overlook the plot issue. However, if a plot is super awesome and the characters are really bad, I don't think I could. I mean, I can force myself to finish it, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as if it had really good characters. Question number 15 is long or short books. I don't know, like I like both. My problem with long books, I I tend to read short books because long books really intimidate me. Like, I have the Game of Thrones books somewhere over here on my bookshelf, and I just haven't gotten around to reading them because they are literally like 1,000 pages long, and I'm just like, do I really want to devote that much of my time to one book when I can read, you know, several other books in that time period it would take me to read that one? So I guess short books, although some long books are super freaking awesome. Question 16 is long or short chapters. Definitely short chapters. A book with short chapters makes it a faster read for me, and that's what I really like. Long chapters I kind of had some problems from getting through because I kind of get like bored halfway through, and I have to like sit there and like stop what I'm doing and look to the end to where the next chapter is and see how long it is, and then I kind of groan because I'm like, oh my god, it's still like another 20 pages. So definitely short chapters. Question number 17 is name the first 3 books you think of. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, and Cinder. I'm not good at things on the spot. Books that make you laugh or cry. For a book that made me laugh, I'm going to go with The Trials of Apollo, the Hidden Oracle. I kept laughing all the way throughout this book because it was just so funny, because Apollo is hilarious to read from. As for a book that made me cry, I'm going to have to go with Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is just such an amazing book. Like, if you haven't read it, you need to read it. The ending though, like with the note and everything, just made me cry, and I was like, why am I crying? But it was just, I loved it so much. It definitely is. I don't even know if anybody else cries at the ending, but I cried at the ending, and I was like, it's just so great. Number 19 is our world or fictional worlds. Like, is this even like a question? Like, who would pick our world? Like, I want to live in a fictional world. Okay, granted, if it was something like the Hunger Games, I would not want to live in that world. But if I could pick any world, I want to say Harry Potter, but I haven't read the Harry Potter books, so I can't say Harry Potter. If I had to choose, I would definitely live in Percy Jackson's world, as long as I got to be a demigod, because that would be awesome. It really would be. That's where I want to live. I want to be a badass, like, fighting demigod. That's all I want in life at this point. Like, can you be a professional demigod? Is that a thing? Because if it is, then I need to change my, like, degree and stuff. Question 20 is audiobooks, yes or no? I've never really listened to an audiobook, and that's partly because I am super easily distracted, so I like to multitask, even though I can't really multitask. So if I'm listening to an audiobook, I know I will be trying to do a million other things, and then I won't actually be listening to the audiobook. However, if I'm reading like an actual book, I can sit down and I'll read it, and you know, it's whatevs. Question 21 is, do you ever judge a book by its cover? That is a really hard yes. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, like you're not supposed to judge a book by its movie, but I can't help it. It's just one of those advertising things. If the cover's pretty, I'm gonna pick it up and look at the back, and if I like the back, I'm gonna buy the book. But if it doesn't have a really nice cover, I normally don't pick things up unless I really heard really good reviews about them or somebody's recommended it to me, and it doesn't have a nice cover, then maybe I'll pick it up. But if it has a really pretty cover, I'm gonna pick it up. I judge so hard because I just want pretty covers. That's all I want. I want pretty covers. Question number 22 is book to movie or book to TV show. I think it really depends on the series and the book and whatnot, because certain books I feel would fare better as a movie than a TV show. Like, you know, like the Harry Potter movies, I know they did a really good job with those. The Hunger Games series definitely was an amazing movie adaptation. However, certain things should not be turned into movies, like Percy Jackson. Those movies were awful. Question number 23 is movie or TV show you prefer over the book. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think that's possible, because I love all of my books and I like most of the movies. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, okay, nobody judge me for this, but I guess if I had to choose, I would have to say I really like the Fault in Our Stars movie better than the book. Not to say I didn't like the book, but going into reading the book, I already knew a lot of the stuff that happened, so it was just kind of like, going through it and being like, I knew that was gonna happen. And with the movie, I mean, even though I did know it was gonna happen, I really liked getting to actually see it. And let me just tell you, I went on opening night and I bawled like a freaking baby in the movie theater. Like, no joke. And question number 24 is standalone or series? For this one, I'm definitely gonna have to go with series. There are just some standalones, you know, they wrap everything up really nicely, like contemporary standalones for sure. However, there are some standalones that I'm like, I need more. Like with Entwined by Heather Dixon, I absolutely loved it, and I'm just like, I want more. I need to know what happened. Like, I need more. So I really like series because then I get more, and like all of my questions are like answered and all that. So definitely series over standalone. So that is it for this tag video. I kind of rambled a lot, and I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, so I am going to tag. And if you want to do this and you haven't been tagged, consider yourself tagged now. Yay. Alright, so all of my social media links are in below if you want to be friends or follow me or whatever. I'm Chrissy. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, goodbye!